Journeys into the Blackstone Fortress continue. And we have Trader Command now out. We've got the two, what I'm calling micro packs, giving some more gear and giving some more exploration that's out there, that's pushing out there. And soon, I hope we're getting the next, or I should say the first, big box expansion. We're going to get some more minions. We're going to get some new tiles to explore. We're going to get some new cards on there. I mean, GW is going to probably sell that for what, 80, 90, maybe even 100. The core game's 150. If you've been collecting Games Workshop miniatures, you're like, Fritz, that's a completely realistic price. Absolutely on there. But Games Workshop is continuing to push them out on there. And no spoilers, I have to say, even when I discount my love of 40K and my love of the Grimdark, okay, yeah, it's a Games Workshop game. A couple of the rules are a little wonky on there, and it's a little bit swingy here and there. But Blackstone Fortress, as an evolution of Warhammer Quest Silver Tower, it just works. It has an exploration feel. It has a leveling up feel. I'm rolling dice. The AI isn't necessarily slick or sophisticated, but it's good. It's solid. Certainly, a player can play the AI. I've been doing that, and now that's the biggest thing with Blackstone Fortress that I think maybe needs to be expanded on a little bit more, maybe with a card set, almost an Overlord card set. Perhaps it will. But I love the fact that the game has out-of-the-box versatility where we can all sit down and play and get our Grimdark feel, but at the same time, very Kill Team-like, only Kill Team with a narrative story and very fast and furious play rules. I can play the spawned monsters of the Blackstone Fortress. I can play that Chaos Lord, my man Obsidian, and just, it's a tactical miniatures game also. And I feel like if we get some more hero packs and we get some more cultists and a couple of other things on there, there's the chance for some pretty massive brawls, some pretty massive free-for-alls. We're rocking 4 players now. Can you expand it up to 6? Can you expand it up to 8? A lot of very, very interesting possibilities. In terms of Trader Command, no spoilers. It's good. It's solid. I rank it. The amble was kind of necessary, not only for 40K dedication, but it was interesting to fight something kind of monstrous in the 40K universe and inject that into the game, running around the Blackstone Fortress. But Trader Command feels right at home. It really captures it, adds a nice spin to it. The artifact cards, the item cards, yeah, you can always use more space junk and more Xenotech and things like that. But the challenge cards, the extra pack for that, I've really been enjoying that perspective because it expands the game. And after a couple of playthroughs, while the order changes, and there's always going to be a couple of cards that you don't see on your first, second, third, or fourth run, by the very nature of it being a finite card set, even though it's a good finite card set and it's not meant to be expended on your first playthrough completely, just the luck of the average, the luck of the draw, you're going to draw a few that are maybe a little bit different. So I'm glad to kind of kick that out and add another decision tree on there. I think Games Workshop is doing it right. The only, and I'm hesitant to say criticism, the only thing I'm starting to see, and I want to push that out there, push there up to my archive. If you've been on the fence about Blackstone Fortress, there is still time to buy in if you're a completionist. I have noticed on the site, the Games Workshop site, Amble expansion is sold out. It's not even appearing on there. A couple other places, it's completely sold out. A couple of places, it's still for sale. And I say that wondering, is Games Workshop going to reprint it? I have to say, I'm skeptical. When they announced Blackstone Fortress, they said, this is going to be something that we support. We're going to keep in print. It's not like the past when we have all these specialist games that we promised we were going to support and we dumped them in a moment's notice. But is it going to be reprinted on there? And at some point, much like Silver Tower right now, at some point, is it going to go away? Is it just going to be core? And I have to say a little bit, part disappointment, part lack of vision on my part. a buddy had Warhammer Quest from Long Live the Old World, right? Real Warhammer Fantasy Quest. And we played it often, and I enjoyed it. And a couple of times a year, we'd play it. I would have loved to have owned a copy at the time. I was not into it. And now years later, just really impossible to acquire reasonably. And being able to play it with my friend, it worked out. When Silver Tower came out, I was impressed by the rule set on it. I was impressed by the upgrade and the streamlining of it. Fantastic rule set. But I just, at the time, and this was lack of vision, at the time I couldn't wrap my head around, everything was too Sigmarized, right? It just, Age of Sigmar, still wasn't really feeling it, still really feeling Warhammer Quest, and I was like, it's too much, too radical of a change for me. And I didn't buy in. And I missed the character packs, and I missed the White Dwarf stuff. And now you can still buy, I think, the second or third core on there. But to go back and try and, as a completionist, get all those other packs, impossible. I mean, just impossible. Reasonably, you throw enough money at the wall, anything can happen on there. But Blackstone Fortress is still in its year one run, and these things are still somewhat obtainable on there. I just hope it doesn't become like Nightfall. And I know Nightfall's a lot more popular on there, but with that pushing stuff out, a lot of the older stuff is now impossible to get. I don't know if it was ever limited run or intended. It's just out. It's just done. So there's still an amazing time to get in and push into that entry point on there.